I just wanted to do a little update video so you guys kind of know where Pumpkin and Poppy is heading in the spring and summer, and products I have coming out that I'm working on. I just kind of wanted to do a little kind of show and tell video, if you will, just so you kind of can see what I've been working on in my studio. The first product I want to talk about is going to be my neutral palette I have coming out very soon, and this is what it's going to come in. They're kind of like a mini version of a Z palette, which I do have. They're the same kind of a palette, and actually I think the cardboard on this one is a little sturdier. This one is a little bit thinner, I want to say, and not quite as well constructed as the one from TKB. This is like a harder, more sturdy cardboard kind of packaging. It's definitely going to be pre-order only. Hopefully eventually I will have more in stock, but I do have to order palettes and things like that as I get my orders, because they are a little expensive. These palettes, they're not like that expensive, but they're like $5.95 for a palette. So you're paying $40 for the eyeshadows and about $5 for the palette itself. So I just have an extra one, but just wanted to show you guys what my pressing looks like. And they're going to come with 8 eyeshadows. You can see that it's just a magnetic palette, and you can move them around and change them up how you want. But the way the palette is going to work is I'm going to have, I think it's 12 shades, I want to say, and you can pick and choose the 8 colors that you want for your palette. And I still have to work out pricing and all of that, but a 3-week turnaround time for these, since I have to press them all myself, and I may or may not have to order more palettes depending on how many orders I get. So especially when I first start off with these, that is how I'm going to have to do it, just for my budget, and I'm not going to buy more palettes than I need, because they are expensive, as I said, to keep a bunch in stock. So I'm going to do a really classic, chic, elegant looking Eiffel Tower kind of design on here, with the name of the palette, and then on the back my plan is to have like the ingredients on the back, that kind of thing, and then have another kind of Parisian motif design on the back. Also going to be selling these as mineral pigments as well, so if you don't want to wait for the 3-week turnaround time, and you want to pay a little bit less money, or if you only want a couple shades, that's how I'm going to be selling them. At this time I'm not going to be selling pressed individual eyeshadows from the line, just because I need to save my time for the full collections and palettes. So but I will be selling the pigments individually if you only want a few shades. So the first shade is my highlight shade, and I am doing more matte shades in this collection, so you will have more matte options from me. So so you can wear the more bright and shimmering colors, and you'll have a really good base palette to come to for your everyday looks. So this one is a mostly matte cream white color. You can see that there. And it's kind of like a goldish white. It has a little bit of transparent gold mica in it, but not very much at all. I would say this color is still a matte color, because the base is titanium dioxide. But this is what it looks like. Let's watch it. And it's going to be a really beautiful highlight color for the palette, and it's going to work on lots of different skin tones since it is an off-white color. And is called Louvre, after the Louvre, which is a museum in France, in Paris. They have the Mona Lisa there and all kinds of really beautiful pieces, and I think it's one of the most famous art museums in the world. So I chose to call it the Louvre because it's kind of the color of a canvas, if that makes sense, like a painting canvas. And these are all going to be permanent, so they're going to be available pretty much forever, unless I get a better formulation or something like that. But this one's my matte black color, and it is super, super black. It almost has a blue tinge on the screen, but it is a black color. The reason why it looks a little blue is because actually it is a black oxide with ultramarine mixed into it, so it makes it even blacker on the skin, instead of having that kind of charcoal black color that a lot of black matte eyeshadows have. This one is a true black, and this one is extremely, extremely pigmented. The majority of this color is iron oxide and the ultramarine. So watch it for you. See, I told you, it's extremely black, and this one blends really well too. Unlike a lot of matte blacks, it blends really easily. The next one is the one I'm most excited about because I love gold eyeshadows and I haven't really found the exact perfect color gold that I've been looking for in a vegan version. And now I made one. So this one's called Versailles. And this one is based off of Louis XVI's palace named Versailles. And it's like, if you look up any pictures of that particular palace, it's all gilded in gold. He was an extremely decadent man. So that's why I wanted to call this one Versailles. And it is a true gold color, but it's not too brassy or too orange based. It's just a true gold. You can see that there. And that was just one swipe, and I'm not using any primer. I blended about 4 different shades of gold mica for this one. So it is a truly unique gold. You're not going to find this one anywhere else. Onto my next color, and these are only the ones I have done so far. I only have 4 done so far, but I'm making 8 more, so you'll have a bunch more to see soon. This one is called Monet, and it's a very complex color. I just want to show you in the jar here. Can you see all the beautiful blue sparkle and kind of glistening shimmer in it? It is not glitter, it is a mica, so it's not going to look super sparkly on the eye. It's just going to create that kind of duochrome look that I wanted, but it's absolutely beautiful, and it has a very pronounced blue duochrome in it, and it's pretty close to MAC's Club eyeshadow, but it is different. It is my own blend. It's a completely unique color, but I wanted to do a unique brown for the palette, so you could wear this to work but still have a little something extra. And this is a very unique color. It changes depending on the light, and you can see it has a very pronounced blue duochrome in it when you shift it in the light. And it is a red-brown color, and it has a little bit of green in it as well. That one I named Monet after Claude Monet, who was a famous Impressionist painter who liked to paint water lilies in his garden. If you know him at all, you definitely know the water lilies that he painted. He really was good at using light, and I wanted to do a pretty brown, like an earthy brown, with the blue duochrome to kind of represent the water lilies and his love of painting outdoors and changing and shifting light and Impressionism. So that's why I picked that name for this eyeshadow and kind of the whole idea behind it. I wanted to give you guys an idea of the rest of the colors I have planned for the neutral palette, just so you kind of know where I'm going in my head. This is going to be my vegan answer to an Urban Decay Naked palette, but all of the colors are going to be my own creations, all unique and different. So even if you already have that palette, this will still be a good palette to have because they're all very unique colors. So, and they're all vegan formulas. So the colors I have planned, I've written out here. Saint Tropez is going to be a matte light apricot color, so it's going to be really good for soft daytime warmer looks, as well as a contour color. Moulin is going to be based on like the Moulin Rouge. It's going to be a medium matte reddish brown. I'm doing more matte colors in this collection. I showed you Monet. I'm doing Scene, like the river Scene, and it's going to be an antique silver color, so it's kind of like the lights on a river at nighttime, kind of those silvery moonlit lights. That's kind of the idea for that color. Riviera is going to be a matte taupe, so it's going to be my answer to Urban Decay's Shakedown, which is discontinued now, so I need to have a replacement for that. It's going to be a good eyebrow filler and just a contour color, and a matte taupe is always needed in a neutral palette. I did the Louvre already, I told you about that one. I'm doing Mona, which is going to be a gray with more green undertones. So just going to be a really unique, beautiful gray color. Different than anything I've seen, but I have it in my brain, so I'm excited for it. It's going to be based off kind of like the landscape colors in the painting. Couturier is going to be a peachy beige color, so it's going to be a really pretty lid color. I'm doing Notre Dame, which is going to be a matte chocolate brown. It's going to be good for the outer V and all that good stuff. It's going to be a good definer color. I showed you Eiffel already, which is my matte black. I did Versailles already, and I'm also doing Bohemian, which is going to be a dark burgundy brown. My answer to Max Foley, but a little bit more purple based. So I'm really excited for this neutral palette, and I can see it, you know, growing and changing too. Like I can add more colors to it, and you could just change them out for your palette or whatever. It's going to be really cool. So and I also have some eyeliners coming up. They're cat liners. I am going to reformulate the black one. I think it's a little too transferable. It doesn't last as long as I want it to, so I'm going to work on that one a little bit more. I think I'm going to add a little bit more wax to it. But I have two that I'm very happy with right now. And this one is Cheshire. It is a true blue violet color with red violet shimmer in it, if you can see that. And it's absolutely stunning. I will swatch it with an angled eyeliner brush so you can see what it will look like. Swatch this on camera. It's really hard to swatch on camera, but I will try. And that's with one swipe. So it's a pigmented purple, and you can build it up too. You can make it more dramatic. And that's what the color builds up. So it's just a really beautiful purple eyeliner. It's completely vegan. No carnauba wax, nothing at all that would be remotely unvegan in it. The main base for it is sumac wax, which is kind of a good vegan alternative to beeswax. So I use that in here, as well as candelilla wax, jojoba oil, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's a really good natural colorful vegan eyeliner. They're kind of my answer to Urban Decay's eyeliners. They're a little bit more natural. Spotted Cat, and it is my answer to Urban Decay's Bourbon eyeliner, and it has a ton of gold shimmer in it, if you can see that. It's a red brown with gold shimmer, and I think it's a pretty close dupe for that color. It may have a little bit more shimmer in it than Bourbon even. So I'll swatch that as well for you on camera. And that's what it looks like. It's been my go-to eyeliner so far. So those are the two colors I'm really happy with right now, and I will be selling when I get the line done. I have a few others I'm going to make, and then I'm going to sell them as a set and individually. So yeah, that's what I've been working on in my studio lately, and I have a couple other collections I have in the works as well for spring and summer coming up. I decided to go with Gone with the Wind. I talked about doing the Muppets collection, but I'm really not sure if I want to do that anymore. I'm thinking maybe further on down the line I may, but I've been super inspired by Gone with the Wind, like this idea I have in my mind for the collection. I think it's going to be perfect for spring. If you watch that movie, it's very much based on the colors of a sunset and twilight colors, so I just think that that would be so perfect for spring. And it's going to be a very feminine, beautiful, soft collection with more fiery colors like oranges and reds and things like that. So think of the colors in a twilight and a sunset, and those are the kind of colors I'm going to have for the collection. Now, I like to plan out my collections in advance so I have time to think about them and really work out the colors in my mind and what I want to do. But the colors I'm doing Melanie, which is based on, these are all characters from the movie or scenes from the movie, so if you haven't seen it, you should. Melanie is going to be a soft grayish pink eyeshadow, kind of like Melanie's dress towards the beginning of the movie, like the ball scene. So yeah, I'm doing George's Burning, which is going to be a burnt orange with gold shimmer. It's going to be really beautiful, like a sunset color like I was talking about, and a fiery color. Bonnie is based on Bonnie Blue Butler, Scarlett and Rhett's daughter. It's going to be a soft, cool-toned pastel blue color with a little bit of gray in it as well, kind of like her soft blue dress that she wears. Harlot is going to be based on Scarlett's gaudy red burgundy wine gown that Rhett makes her put on, so she looks like a harlot, basically. it's like really a low cut dress, but it's gorgeous in my opinion. It's going to be a deep wine reddish purple with copper sparkle. And I'm doing a lip gloss. It's going to be called Frankly Scarlet. And it's going to be based on the lip colors she wears in the movie a lot, which is like a bright coral orange cream color. So I'm doing a lip gloss for that, and I'm doing a blush. It's called Madam, and it's based on Belle Watling's character. I love her character in the movie. It's going to be a bright candy pink blush with orange duochrome. It's going to be really unique, beautiful blush. I'm doing Tara, which is going to be a soft golden glowy bronzer and highlighter. 2 cream eyeliners for this collection as well. So that's the first time I've done a collection with eyeliners, so I'm excited to do that. I'm going to do Rhett, which is going to be a deep black brown with silver shimmer, and I'm doing Southern Belle, which is based on Scarlett's dress, and she always wears like these emerald green ribbons in the movie, and green is kind of like her color in a lot of her dresses and things like that, like accents of emerald green. So I'm doing an emerald green eyeliner with silver shimmer as well. So I am very excited about this collection. I'm doing that one after I get the neutral palette done, and yeah, I have so many awesome things planned for this collection, and I just decided today that my next collection for summer is going to be Moulin Rouge based. So I've got to work out colors for that yet, but I'm super excited about that as well.